Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen that sudden shift in her eyes, that flicker of desire that wasn't there before, and then felt completely lost on what to do next? You get the signals, the way she leans in closer, the softness in her voice, her laughter lingering just a little longer than before. You feel the electricity, but inside, you're unsure. You don't want to mess it up. You don't want to come off as desperate, yet you also don't want to lose that moment that could change everything. That confusion, that tightness in your chest, it's real. And it's the difference between becoming unforgettable or fading into another what if. Before we continue, take a second, hit that subscribe button and like this video. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't just about attraction, it's about control, confidence, and emotional intelligence. This is where men separate themselves from the ones she flirts with, to the one she actually desires. When you sense lust from a woman, your first instinct might be to act on it, to flirt harder, to move faster, to make something happen. But here's what most men never realize. Lust is not the finish line. It's the invitation to a deeper game. It's her way of saying, show me who you are when you have the power to take, but choose not to. That restraint is magnetic. Because every woman's subconscious is testing whether your desire is impulsive or mastered. In that moment, your job is not to chase it, it's to ground it. Look at her, but don't reach. Let your calmness tell her that her beauty doesn't control you. You see her, but you're not moved by her. That's when her attraction flips from curiosity to obsession. She starts wondering, why isn't he trying harder? What is he holding back? And that mystery drives her wild. The secret most men never learn is that the moment you sense lust is not a green light to act. It's a test of how deep your self-control really runs. And when you pass that test, she doesn't just want your touch, she starts craving your presence. Because every second you don't act on desire, you become the one she can't stop thinking about. Now here's where most men fail, right after they sense that shift. They think the goal is to capitalize on the moment, to escalate it before it fades. But what they don't see is that lust, in its early form, is fragile. It's not about what you do next. It's about how you carry yourself in that tension. Lust dies when it feels predictable. It deepens when it feels uncertain. So, when she gives you that look, that subtle opening, don't rush in. Let the silence breathe. Let your energy speak louder than your words. Women feel through energy more than logic. They read micro-movements, tone changes, the pause before you respond. If your energy shifts from grounded curiosity to anxious pursuit, she'll feel it instantly. And once she feels your need, she loses the thrill. But if you can hold that tension without breaking, she feels your power, and that's intoxicating. You don't chase the moment, you expand it. Keep your posture relaxed, your voice steady, your eyes unwavering. The key is to make her feel safe inside her desire. Most women don't trust lust, not even their own. They've been conditioned to see it as dangerous, temporary, or manipulative. But when she senses a man who can stay calm inside the storm of attraction, she feels safe surrendering to it. That's when her guard drops. That's when she leans in closer, physically and emotionally. Understand this, she's not testing your desire, she's testing your discipline. She's watching to see if you're led by the same impulses that every other man follows, or if you're built differently. Lust is easy, emotional control is rare, and that rarity is what makes you unforgettable. In that moment, say less, feel more, let your tone slow down, maintain soft but steady eye contact, don't overanalyze, embody calm presence, because presence is the language of power. When you stay unshaken, her body relaxes, her mind races, and her emotions start attaching to you. That's when lust transforms from a fleeting spark into a magnetic force that keeps pulling her back to you, even when you're not around. You don't need to do anything dramatic. You just need to become the man who doesn't lose himself in desire. Because the truth is, once you learn to master lust, you'll never have to chase attraction again. Here's the hard truth. Most men mistake female lust for love. They think that the intensity of her eyes, the warmth of her touch, the way she bites her lip, it must mean something deeper. But lust, at its core, is emotional fire. And fire doesn't care what it burns. It only cares that it keeps burning. The moment you start assuming it's love, you lose the very thing that created it, polarity. When a woman is in that lustful state, her emotions are high, her logic is quiet, and her body is speaking louder than her words. If you try to define it, label it, or turn it into something before it naturally grows, you destroy the mystery that keeps her emotionally invested. The key is this: never confuse connection with possession. Lust doesn't need to be captured, it needs to be guided. So, what do you do when she's showing those signs? You slow it down. You build emotional foreplay, not physical, but psychological. You make her feel like you see her, not just her body. That's how lust evolves into attachment. You ask the questions no one else does. You hold eye contact when others look away. You listen, not to respond, but to understand. That depth right there is what separates an average interaction from a transformational one. Here's what women won't admit. When they feel lust, part of them wants to lose control, but only with a man who won't lose his. That's what makes it safe. That's what makes it unforgettable. If she senses that you can be in her presence, feel her attraction, and still hold your composure, you become the emotional anchor she didn't know she was craving. So, when she sends those lust signals, don't rush to touch her. Match her energy with patience. Let your words hold weight. Let your silence carry meaning. Lust is like a dance. The more you push, the more it retreats. But when you move with rhythm, when you guide with calm intention, it deepens. She begins to trust the space you create. And in that space, attraction grows into something she can't control or understand. The truth is, when a man learns to lead with stillness, a woman's desire doesn't fade. It multiplies, because she realizes you're not chasing pleasure, you're commanding presence. And that, more than anything else, is what makes a woman fall deeply and completely. Now, let's talk about the moment after the spark, the moment she's completely drawn in, her tone softer, her movements slower, her walls starting to melt. This is where 90% of men lose control. They mistake her vulnerability for permission. But what she's actually doing is trusting you with her openness. That's sacred ground. If you rush it, you destroy it. If you respect it, you deepen it. You see, when lust builds, a woman's subconscious begins scanning for emotional safety. Her body might be responding with desire, but her mind is whispering, "Can I trust him with my softness?" Most men fail this test because they think the game is about winning her body, when the truth is, it's about earning her surrender. And surrender isn't physical, it's emotional. So, when she leans in, when her guard drops, when the air between you thickens with tension, don't chase it. Hold the space. Look at her, not with hunger, but with depth. Let her feel that you're grounded enough to handle her intensity. That's when attraction turns into something almost spiritual. She stops thinking, stops doubting, and starts feeling. It's in this space where your self-control becomes your power. Every second you don't act out of impulse, you build her emotional trust. She starts to realize you're not like the others. You're not reacting to her beauty, you're observing it. You're not seeking validation from her response. You're giving her the gift of presence. That's rare. That's what burns into her memory. Here's the psychological truth most people miss. The human brain links restraint with value. When you don't rush what every other man would, you communicate that what's happening is worth waiting for, and that belief starts reshaping how she sees you. You become the man who feels like control and comfort at the same time, the one who doesn't just awaken her desire, but commands her respect. In that moment, you have two choices: either satisfy the temporary spark or feed the deeper flame. One fades quickly, the other becomes obsession. The way you breathe, speak, and carry yourself tells her everything about which man you are. Because the real power isn't in making her want you, it's in making her feel safe wanting you. And when you master that, she'll never forget you. Here's where the deeper transformation begins. Because once you've learned to hold that space, to stay composed when lust is thick in the air, you realize something powerful. Desire isn't about control over her. It's mastery over yourself. That's what women sense before you even speak. Your emotional energy either calms or confuses her. It either grounds her in attraction or makes her retreat into defense. When she feels desire toward you, she's not consciously thinking about your looks or your words. She's feeling your energy stability. It's biological. A woman's nervous system responds to masculine steadiness, the way fire responds to still air. It grows stronger. But when your energy is scattered, needy, or overly eager, it kills the spark. She might not even know why she suddenly lost interest, but her body will. So, when lust enters the picture, you anchor it. Slow your breathing. Drop your shoulders. Lower your voice, not in arrogance, but in intention. Let every movement be deliberate, because she's not turned on by what you say. She's drawn to what she feels when you say it. If your words align with calm confidence, she melts. If they carry nervous energy, she freezes. You have to understand, women don't want a man who reacts. They want a man who responds. There's a difference. A reaction is emotional chaos. A response is emotional control. And emotional control is the most masculine thing you can ever project. That's what separates men who get attention from men who get devotion. When she gives those signals, leans in, touches her hair, laughs a little too easily, mirror her energy, but don't overfeed it. Let her chase the connection too. Most men destroy attraction by overcompensating. They think they have to perform desire. But the truth is, the quieter your confidence, the louder her attraction grows. She starts wondering, why isn't he fully giving in? What's holding him back? That curiosity becomes hunger. And here's the ultimate secret. When you can feel desire without needing to act on it, you become a psychological puzzle to her. That mystery makes her mind loop on you, long after you've walked away. She replays your calm tone, your stillness, your subtle smirk. That's how emotional addiction forms, not through words or promises, but through presence that lingers long after the moment has passed. Now comes the part that defines you, not just as a man, but as a force she'll never forget. Because once you've read the lust signs, controlled your energy, and grounded her emotions, what you do next determines everything. This is where you either turn the spark into emotional chaos or into magnetic connection. Most men get reckless here. They think it's time to take, to seal the deal, to prove something. But the truth is, the most powerful move you can make is restraint paired with intention. When you finally act, it shouldn't feel like a reaction. It should feel like alignment. You don't move because you want to. You move because the energy between you both has earned it. That difference is what women feel on a cellular level. When it's rushed, it feels like pressure. When it's patient, it feels like destiny. So, what should you do after you get the lust signs? You slow it all down. Let her see that you're not intoxicated by her. Smile softly. Change the tone. Add lightness. Reclaim emotional control of the moment. When you shift the energy from tension to composure, she feels safe again. And paradoxically, that safety pulls her even closer, because now she doesn't just feel desired, she feels understood. Here's what very few men ever master. Women don't remember the man who made them feel wanted. They remember the man who made them feel seen. You don't need to prove your desire. She already knows. What she needs is proof that you're not ruled by it. That's what separates men she flirts with from men she respects. And respect is the foundation of long-term attraction. If you can walk away from a lustful moment with grace, without arrogance, without hesitation, you'll leave an emotional imprint that no one else can replace. She'll start craving not just your touch, but your presence, your energy, your approval. That's the moment when lust transforms into longing. Because the truth is this: once a woman experiences a man who can stand calmly in the storm of her desire and not lose himself, no one else feels the same. You've become the balance between danger and safety, passion and peace. And when you master that balance, you don't chase women. They find you, remember you, and they never quite get over you.